now?
Yes, we can start now.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So I like to welcome all our second webinar. The webinar is titled as Direction of Geographical Studies in Post-COVID Era. Today we have Dr. Mehboob Shana. He is a research associate and research associate in Manchester University, and also a research consultant of World Fund for Nature, India. He will be talking on application of GIS and remote sensing techniques and research horizon in geographical studies. So, without any further delay, I like to request our Professor of Opinions of Adamas University, Dr. Sanjeev Ghosh, to provide a welcome speech on this webinar.
Thank you, Dr. Rajiv Shukar, and thank you, Dr. Kosturi Mukherjee, the elder department. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Am I audible? Okay. First of all, I welcome to our speaker, Dr. Shahana, all the faculty members and students, and to all participants. And I thank Dr. Shahana for accepting our invitation. I say a little bit about our university, which was established in 2014 by an act of, passed in West Bengal, and we started classes from 2015 onwards. And right now we have full-fledged university. We have School of Basic and Applied Science, School of Engineering and Technology. I'm talking this because there are many participants who are not very familiar with Adamas University, should know about this. And we have School of Life Science and Biotechnology. We have Pharmaceutical Science. We have School of Law and Justice. We have School of Liberal Arts and Social Science, School of Economics, Management and Commerce, School of Education, and School of Mass Communication, Media Science. And one of our main vision, is not to the new university, our vision not just to share acquired knowledge, but to create knowledge. This is our main motto, to create knowledge. That means here in all the syllabuses and all the faculty members, they are very prone to research, and we have recruited people, so very high quality faculty members. So they're not just teaching, but they're trying to create knowledge. That is, everybody is engaged in some form of research these days. And we have already got DSI here, which means that we have GST acknowledged Research Institute, and a lot of people here got research grants and things like that. So we are in a full-fledged university now. And I just like to mention here that geography, many people think that it is subject to memorize, but it's not that. In our school days, when I was in school, the geography and history, they are talked about simultaneously because subject to memorize. But definition of geography, I believe, is continuously changing over the last few decades. And now the subject is completely science-based, I believe, and involves lots of computation and statistical analysis. That's the main aim of today's lecture, I guess. And what I know about remote sensing means something without touching it. You get the information acquired from the object without touching it. Simply, for example, you see our faces, that is because of camera is acting as a sensor and visible light here. So in our subject like chemistry, I'm a chemistry people, chemistry or physics, our main aim is to sense many things, particularly in COVID era and post-COVID era or post-COVID era. We are trying to sense many things. So we build sensors, we're designing sensors. But that sensors is for, for solutions of solid sub-material science and life science. And in chemistry and physics, for example, we have, we can sense a molecule even, not the bulk of the substance. Can you think of a molecule? Because if you take 1 gram of a substance, it contains thousands and thousands of molecules. But we have been able to sense a single molecule, spectroscopy. Or we can, watch a single cell, how do they behave. Another important aspect of research, particularly in the present. But this subject is not of, of a small molecule like this or small cell, but science of acquiring information about the Earth, I guess, and using instruments which are remote to the Earth's surface. For example, from the aircraft or satellites mainly, or these days from drones. And I think this subject is so interesting. It is completely based on physics and computation, this remote science and remote sensing and GIS. Because there are many components in the remote sensing, which are physics based or electronics based. There are various types of remote sensing. There is multi-stage remote sensing data collection. Sometimes they use stereo pair remote sensing detection, that is, they collect data from different angles. And then there are various types of satellites. And what are the use of satellites? You have to know. So, remote sensing data acquisition takes place. We use electromagnetic waves, the properties of electromagnetic waves, their spectral reflections from Earth's surface and their interaction, multispectral remote sensing data, spectral properties of principal application, spectral reflectance to digital number, the structure of remote sensing data, and mainly people are trying to get more resolved things from the remote sensing, get more important data, the resolved data. That's the main research these days in remote. I believe that because I have some friends in geography, very good research worker there, and also how do the remote sensing data processing analysis? That's a very important part, I guess, and this involves a lot of algorithms, designing a lot of computers algorithms as well as programming, and data application in GIS is a very, very important aspect in our life. For example, we have land cover classification, we have urban greenness, we can monitor deforestation process, we can monitor surface tip measurement from LiDAR, we can have viewshed analysis, we can have resort site selection, that is the tourism department, then watershed, environmental impact assessment, and the geologist. They use remote sensing for various purposes. For example, the rock structure. They use this rock structure. And weather science, atmospheric science. They completely depend on the satellite pictures and all this. Recently, we had probably maybe we are not ever, I don't know where aware of this. We have an Umfan cyclone, and we predicted, the geographers and atmospheric science people, the weather science people, they predicted at least 6 days ago. And geography department, our geography department, arranged a seminar just 3 days ago, and the speaker told everything and showed many things, and exactly that happened after 2 days. It's amazing things. So I guess this lecture will be very, very interesting to all participants. We will learn a lot, and I hope we'll be able to enjoy a lot. Thank you, Mebu, and thank you all the speakers for participating in this seminar. Thank you. Over to Rajiv. Cannot hear
Rajiv, unmute yourself.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Now I would like to request our beloved dean, sir, Professor Vibhavan Kumar Ghosh, to give an introductory speech about this event.
Thank you, Rajiv. And this is Dr. Vibhavan Kumar Sarkar, School of Basic and Applied Sciences, Adamas University. We are talking about from molecule to terrestrial. So just encompassing all from very nano level to just light year level, and covering all just things under the humankind knowledge. But most probably sometimes we forget that our own very beloved planet, that is more important to us also. So whenever we go for the knowledge bank created for the planet itself, then obviously the geography plays an important role for that planet knowledge to build up. Now exactly it is done by the geography with the help of a special technique, GIS and RS, and they are complementary to each other. There is no necessity for the explanation that geographical information system in association with remote sensing, just playing a very important role to know each and everything of our own planet. So today, with the very relevance is there today, it's a fortunate and a big opportunity for us also. Dr. Mehboob Sahana come today to just share his idea, the different knowledge on the application of GISRS. So most probably he will be introduced in an elaborate way later on. So it's a very good opportunity and big exposure for us from the Department of Geography, School of Basic and Applied Sciences is organizing this webinar today. So I am very happy and it's a pleasure that really the Department of Geography is doing a nice job for the expanding the scope of geography and everything and to make some what I say some popular sense also to build up this subject. I'm quite sure today this webinar will bring a very grand success to the end, and I'm quite sure also the participant today in this webinar will feel very pleasure to interact with our very beloved and very famous speaker today. So I wish all the success of this webinar today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I request our head of the department, Kasturi Mukherjee, to briefly introduce us about our department.
Thank you. Very warm welcome and thank you Professor Sanjeev Ghosh and Professor Bimal Parkar for being with us and for guiding us. And now I would like to share my screen and show you a brief PPT of our department. And it's a very new department and it's only 5 years old, but really we are trying very hard and we love our department. We want to spread the activities we are doing in our department among with all of you. So kindly allow me to share my screen and present a brief presentation before you.
Ma'am?
Yes?
What is the eligibility criteria of MSc Geoinformatics in India?
You will be answered after the session.
After the session, there will be a question answer session after this lecture. So you can ask anything or you can ask in chat box as well. Your questions will be answered.
Okay. Thank you.
I will not take much time and so at some point of time with this photograph in a offline workshop, and we miss the department very much. Now we are doing everything online. This is the strength presently in our department. We are 8 faculty and staffs, and these are very brief profile. You can find all of our profiles in our websites as well. So we offer these 5 programs: BSc Geography, MSc Geography, Integrated MSc in Geography and Geoinformatics, PG Diploma in Geoinformatics and Geostatistics, and PhD. So these are few highlights that there are a couple of things that I would like to mention, that not only we offer some core courses means this geomorphology, climatology, human geography, economic, political geography, these things, environmental geography, these things are there. And we maintain the CBCS guideline as well, choice-based credit system, that is UGC prescribed guideline for all Indian universities. Along with that we offer some generic electives and some discipline-specific electives. Generic electives are those which can be opted from other disciplines as well, like someone from geography would maybe like to opt a course from English or Bengali department or physics department or anything he or she can take. In discipline specific elective, it's kind of special paper. Special paper generally till now we used to study in math degree, but now onwards BSc students also can opt for special paper, specialization in their final semesters. And we have mandatory internship in master degree and graduation, and we send our students to very good institutions, like maybe they're private institutions like OPSIS system, or maybe we are sending them to NATMO, we are sending them to ISRO, IMD. So we send them to very good research institute or to private companies so that they can acquire, they can be exposed to good real life projects. And we have field project mandatory. One big field project is there. Besides that, we arrange some small local field trips as well. And we have some ability enhancement courses like English, environmental science. These are called ability enhancement courses. Students can go for other foreign language in our university if he was fluent in English. These are the highlights of master programs, and these are the special papers we offer presently in master degree program: environmental geography, morphology, urban and regional planning, hydrometeorology, and remote sensing (GIS), of course. And dissertation is big part of master degree program. In last 2 semesters, students are completely devoted to research activities, and we really push the students, and we really encourage and help the student publish dissertations in good journals and present the dissertations in conferences. And we can proudly say that students presenting their dissertation is now getting best paper awards in various conferences. So that's a big achievement for the university and for us. And these are few areas where we are planning our students to send for internship, or they have already completed their internship from these institutes. So we have MSc in Geoinformatics. It's an integrated program, so it's a 5 years program. BSc, MSc integrated. But if the students want, he or she can exit after completing 3 years of BSc course. And we also have post-graduation diploma, which is a 1-year course for 2 semesters. We are only, it's not very boring teaching learning process. We are actually going for outcome-based education. We are, as I said, incorporated skill enhancement courses. And one big important thing is that we have continuous assessment. Like, we are not assessing the students based on only their examination at the end of one semester. Throughout the semester, students are assessed and marked so that their performance can be increased, and we understand that where this problem actually lies. So there are small class test, quiz. So I will be showing you in later slides. So research-based education and project-based education, that's a big strength of our department. And skill enhancement courses, of small courses, which will be important when students will go for placements. So this is how we continuously assess the students. Like, we take short test, quiz, we give assignments, presentations, and they need to present in front of all of us. So the stage fears goes off. And then written test, group discussion, small real life field projects. Then in case of lab also, in case of practical papers also, continuously lab performances are being judged. So this is how we totally judge the students. Of course, there are end semester, there are mid semester, and a big portion considers continuous assessment. And this is a small brief overview, like you may study in Adamas, you may not study in Adamas, but how you can, like what you can do after BSc Geography or MSc in Geography. You can go, there are plenty of avenues open for you. If you want research, you can go here. If you want to pursue your career more in informatics, of course, our esteemed speaker will be talking about all these things. But you can also, after master degree, you can go for another MTech and PhD. Then you can go for M planning if you have regional planning as well. These are the areas, as I said, that we are focusing for internship. These are the areas, as I said, that we are focusing for internship assessments. And we have currently 3 labs done. It's a geoinformatics lab we are planning to bring, but of course, because of this lockdown, the have postponed it. So instruments is very common. I know all of you have these instruments, but just to show you a little bit of a glimpse of our labs. And these are the main research areas. Basically, we are now focusing on their theoretical research, social activities, like we are going to the villages, we are researching on them, air quality, water quality, surface water, groundwater, and understanding, trying to understand what are which our faculty members and students. We have many research scholars as in our department. So these are the areas where we are focusing. There are fixed our faculty members who have joined 1 year, 2 year, 3 years back, but a few glimpse of those publications that we could have published in with affiliation of Adamas. We also encourage our students to go for several conferences. These are our research scholars. You can see that they are actually presenting papers in various national and international conferences. These are some in-house our students. I don't know, some of them are maybe present here as well, listening to this webinar. And well, again, they are our students, but these all are outside programs. And this is Jadavpur University. This is in Salt Lake. These are various programs that we are going, like students are going for internship. Now we are at that time utilizing those times, and we are going for some refreshers courses. So we went to ISI, we doing all this thing to enhance our knowledge as well. And few co-curricular activities like workshops in a year. Department organized 2 to 3 programs, and there are hands-on lectures. You can see eminence like person scientist from ISRO or director of NATMO. You can see in this picture is coming to our university during the lecture. Professor Shugato Hazra from Jadavpur University. We have another webinar in so eminent faculties, professors from Presidency Jadavpur University, Calcutta University, or Director of Pollution Control Board, Director of NAMO, scientists from ISRO. So we are trying to create one ecosystem where students and we can constantly collaborate with them and exchange our knowledge. He is a scientist from Indian Statistical Institute, and these are some. This is the last symposium offline symposium that was conducted in March 2020, and we have got very good responses. And this is a very advanced course. It's a kind of workshop. This is where we have started. That Professor Ghosh 3 before Ampan. This is where we have started in this lockdown period. We are constantly organizing webinars. And these are some photograph field trips. That you all know that geography in BSc Geography, in Geography, you have one field trips. These are the photographs of the field trips, but we also organize some local field trips, like throughout the years. Like locally, as we are going, we are testing the various parameters which is possible to test with the field instruments like air quality, sound quality, water quality, various parameters pollution. And then we are encouraging the student back, put it in the computer, model those things, really understand why these differences are there, why in some places temperature is high, pollution is high, what are the underlying factors behind this. And not only this, we take our students for some visiting some research institutes like this River Institute in Borin, which is a renowned national institute, and they have went and have studies about the river dynamics, soil mechanics there. We went to Izar as well, Izar Mahmpura. So that's it, and there are some outcomes. Socially, we are also trying to do something, and we are really going to the villages and trying to help them by making them aware about all environmental problems that maybe they are facing but not understanding. That's it. The main reason behind this showing you this presentation is that I really would like to urge all of you, once this lockdown period is over, if those in India, we were really interested to study geography and visit once, and till before also this lockdown gets over, you can visit us through site. We have been any kind of place, and that's it. Okay. Hope webinar will help you a lot to learn new techniques of remote sensing and GIS, and you may spread more awareness about the use of remote sensing GIS among the uh, new upcoming geographers. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Now I'll request our colleague Queen Bhattro to briefly introduce our today's speaker, Mehboob Shah.
Thank you, Dr. Sarkar, for giving the opportunity to introduce our honorable speaker, Dr. Mehboob Shahana. Shahana is a cultural and environmental geographer currently working as a research associate at the School of Environment, Education and Development, University of Manchester, UK. He received his PhD in Environment Geography, Department of Geography, Faculty of Natural Science, Jamia Millia. Previously, he was employed as a lecturer at Indira Gandhi Conservation Center, WW India, New Delhi, with support from Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Government of India. He was a GIS research assistant in the Gender Plus project at Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi, India. He contributed more than 35 scientific research papers in international journals on issues pertaining to land use change and environmental degradation and their links with climate change in narrative. Conceptually, work focused on landscape alteration in post-colonial era and the consequences of sustainability in developing countries. His research interests includes landscape ecology, biodiversity conservation, land use change, rural and urban conservation, and socio-political. To start the presentation.
Thank you. So, Mehboob, can you start your presentation now? Okay.
Yes. Thank you, Professor Sanjeev Kosar and Dr. Kasturi Mukherjee, HOD, and others faculties of Adamas University, and ladies and gentlemen. So, honestly says, I'm not expert, I'm a learner. I'm learning this domain, GIS and remote sensing, from last 10 years. I work from several institutions of India, from few more government institutions, few are from private professional institutions, companies, and now from last October, I'm in UK, England, for my postdoctoral research associate. So I'm starting from the word of Professor Sanjeev Kosar. Really, I agree with him. The domain of remote sensing and GIS is changing day by day. So when I was started to learn the remote sensing GIS in 2011 as a diploma course in New Delhi. That time we work the GIS through some hand tools, photographs, hand tools, satellite images, and stereoscopic few more instruments which is totally hand-based instruments. Very few time we'll get time to work through the softwares like Adamas and ArcGIS and few more NBs and few more softwares. But this trend is simultaneously change in every 2-3 years. ISRI is developing his software by 1 or 2 years. It's changing their versions in every 2-3 years. So my understanding is that before 2010, the GIS, the subject or the branches, geographical information systems, is totally belong to the geographers. But in the era of in the decade of 21st, after 2020, or maybe for last 2-3 years, this domain is shifting towards the program-based computer-based or programming-based or some machine learning-based systems. Those who are expert a few days back, just 2-3 years back, very expert in remote Adamas imaging or ArcGIS or landscape-based management softwares. Now they are lacking behind because of the shifting of this domain from one kind of model to machine learning model to big database modeling. So I am preparing my presentations. I have prepared my presentations here in this shift, in this change, and what are the features of because if you say the GIS and remote sensing is totally belong to very close to us, very close to the geographer, very close to the spatial analysis. So it's we should learn this trend. So when I came to the UK in last October, they said that oh, you are so what kind of software you know? I said that oh, I'm very good in ArcGIS, NVs. I am good in Adamas imaging. I am good in I did this modeling. They said okay, it's good. Do you know machine learning? Do you know programming? Map server? Do you know Arc server? I said no, I don't know, but I will learn. Then I started learning their advanced geoinformatics, advanced techniques of geoinformatics. Until I'm learning machine learning, till I'm learning map server and Arc server, and I'm working here. So honestly, to exist in this competitive generations, to exist in this competitive situation, we have to advance. We have to update our skill every day in every field. So now I'm starting my presentation. So applications of GIS and RS-based techniques, obviously geographical information systems and remote sensing-based techniques, and research horizons in geographical studies. Okay, so as Rajiv Sarkar told me that we have a few graduate students, so that's why I have 2-3 slides on the basic of geoinformatics. So the geospatial technologies is start from the remote sensing, the concept of remote sensing. Without remote sensing, we cannot imagine the geospatial science or spatial information. So, and after remote sensing, we have the GIS, the geographical information systems, and then it's GPS, global position system. I think no need to elaborate all these things here. The participants is well known about these 3 terms. I just put together these 3 things, and after this, the remote sensing is totally based on physics, pure physics. GIS, somehow we can say, the geographer can say that GIS is belong to our field. This is our creations. GIS is our creations. But GPS is actually belong to the military or security purpose. They have started using firstly the GPS systems, and slowly this GPS come over to us, and we are handling this GPS, and we are applying. We use this GPS to our spatial analysis and spatial modeling, and remote sensing and GIS is very old at the geoinformatics. Now slowly all this we have seven approaches or 7 domain under this geoinformatics field. That is remote sensing, geographical information systems, photogrammetry, cartography, digital cartography, global position systems, CAD, and geodesy surveying. All these eight things together collaboratively create a new branch of study that's called geoinformatics. I think geoinformatics, those who are studying geoinformatics or already did their masters, they well known about the branch of this these studies. So little bit, I just few words about why GIS. Why will you GIS? What the necessary to use GIS? Because we have GIS can always find 5 questions, 5 answer of these 5 questions. What is it? What has changed since? What spatial patterns exist? And what if? That means identifications of anything. Identifications of forest cover, identifications of agriculture field, identifications of mountainous landscape, river landscape, anything, and their locations. Then the next question is location, where it is. And third question is trend. That means our world is changing. We know the word of climate change. So our world is changing. So trend, what is changing? So sometimes it's very difficult to change analysis by using manually. So then we need GIS. And what if, that is modeling perspective. So I will talk the modeling perspective in further slide. And again, basically geospatial data is 3 types: point, line, polygons. And by 3 things we have spatial data and non-spatial data. I think in our courses or the Adamas University already have this kind of classes in your masters or graduation studies. So I just point out in one slide. And again, in GIS or in remote sensing, the data is divided by 2 things: vector data and raster data. No need to elaborate it again. Vector data have 3 types: point, line, polygon, and raster data is always every time use these things by pixels. Okay. And now I'm coming. This was the basic things of because I have only one hour, I think. So I have to complete I have 80 slides. So I'm trying to complete these 80 slides. So I think it will be help to the students and researchers who is thinking to come in the research of GIS field. So applications of GIS. So applications of GIS is very vast, from social science to military science, military field to business to everywhere. Even in online shopping, even in our delivery man who is now in lockdown time, the delivery man who comes through their bike, they also use GIS. They are also every day in their business they are using GIS, but they don't know the basic of this functions, but they are using GIS. And who the guy who don't know everything, he is sitting somewhere in Calcutta and deliver a pizza online, and within 5 minutes he just choose, okay, my delivery man is coming through this road. Actually, this is GIS. So I'm coming the basic thing. Who uses GIS? Skill the GIS skill is with very few people, but it's now by last 1-2 decades, various school, colleges, universities they have their own courses. If we talk this GIS, the growth of GIS or the development in Indian institutions, then in 2010 or 2008, very few institutions have masters or diploma in GIS. Only 4 or 5 institutions. But within 10 years, I think more than 200 institutions, government institutions or universities have their diploma, masters, and either further research courses in their universities. And also, side by side, the professionals, companies, professional institutions, and others field, they are also adapting this advanced techniques, GIS. Okay, so now the various sectors which is use this GIS and remote sensing techniques in their field, that is natural resource management. Obviously, this is a very, very huge area, the applications of GIS. Disaster management and mitigations. Already, our Sanjeev sir told that a few days back they had a good webinar on the tracking systems of cyclone Amphan. I will talk one of my slide I have how the geographers can use this cyclone, how they can involved in their research. So health, yeah. So now we are facing the global pandemic. So it's a very, now after this, already I have had good discussions with one of my colleague here in Manchester. He is from South Africa. He's a health. He's applying. He's doing his PhD on health So I am talking with him. Okay, the next decade will be the health geographer or the health people. The next decade will be their decade. You can say that. So the health geography, those who are in masters or those who are now in undergraduate study, they can think about research in health geography, research in health GIS, or research in health applications of GIS things. Education, business GIS, electoral process. Huge. It's a good, very good things. For last Lok Sabha elections, I'm watching how the geospatial professionals use GIS to assess the voting behavior of Indian constituency. So I know few people who was working on the upcoming elections of West Bengal. Until they are preparing maps analysis, they are preparing the Facebook data, they are collecting the WhatsApp chat and Twitter, and they try to predict the voting behavior or electoral behavior of the people. Again, they have used GIS. Okay, environmental applications.
Very sorry to interrupt you. There are few requests I do not know, sir. We are unable to hear your voice clearly. We are able to, but just one request: if it is this possible for you to increase the volume little bit, just to
sure,
yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I did 100% now.
Okay.
So yeah, so I'm trying to speak loudly now. Infrastructure, urban planning, military applications. So now 5M, mapping, measurement, monitoring, modeling, and management. This 5M is very important for applications of GIS. So first what we did, what geographers or what a GIS planner or GIS applicant, what did? They did mapping. First they have prepared a map and then measure what is under within this map, and then monitor. Suppose we have prepared a map of land use, land cover, and then measure what is land use, land cover map. I think we have 8 classes within this land use map. So 8 classes. Then we'll measure how much percentage for settlement, how much percentage for agriculture, what percentage for forest cover. This is measurement, and then monitor. Then we monitor these things. Okay, this change, this happened, this percentage is increased, and now modeling. Now we are modeling environmental model, water-based model, basin model, soil model. If there is lots of model we can use in this GIS applications. And after management, okay, we have a modeling part. Now we have to manage. If there is a soil erosion or if there is a flood modeling, then we have to prepare a management plan. What is happening and how our model can help in management planning or policy making. Okay, so now first I told that the maximum use of GIS are by natural resource management and applications, and because this is an environmental science department or geography, environmental science faculty and geography department. So they know about what management strategies or what is the uses of GIS applications in natural resource management, water resource assessment, land use planning, soil erosion potential, watershed planning, vegetation mapping, ecosystems analysis, conservation planning, risk assessment, coastal zone management, hazard mapping. So these are the broad management strategies or broad applications area within the natural resource management domain. Again, habitat analysis, habitat of various kind of species like tiger, because this is shortage of tiger nowadays, and the endemic species, the threatened species, the vulnerable species. We can prepare the habitat, suitable habitat, environmental assessment. Also the habitat of flora species like mangrove. Nowadays it's a very crisis of mangrove habitat in our Bengal Delta, environmental assessment, pesticide disease outbreak, impervious surface map, that's called land surface temperature mapping, or heat island, urban heat island, lake monitoring, lake and water set monitoring, hydrology, land use record maps, mineral provisions, geomorphology, geology. These are the domain. These are the applications of natural resource management. Now, sorry. Disaster management and mitigations. So in disasters, again, I'm coming to the point of Professor Husser: earthquake, drought, fire, forest fire, ground fire, and other extra fire, flood, cyclone, landslide, erosions, soil erosions, and any other kind of erosions, volcanoes. We can use these techniques, remote sensing and GIS techniques, easily, and it's easy to understand about the behavior of all these disasters, all these hazards, and how it is happening, what is the trend, and what the pattern and susceptibility mapping. This kind of assessment we can done by using remote sensing and GIS. And flood risk generation, flood risk mapping, flood susceptibility mapping, soil erosions, soil risk mapping, soil erosion susceptibility, gully erosion susceptibility. This kind of mapping, this kind of modeling we can done by using remote sensing and GIS. So, what are the use and why we use GIS in data science? To understanding the behavior or nature of the natural hazard or disasters, efficiency, cost saving. Okay, if I am say that Amphan, Amphan is one of the biggest cyclone, super cyclone in West Bengal. If we compare this Amphan to the cyclone Bhola or cyclone Odisha cyclone Bhola hit it in Bengal Delta in 1989 in mostly Bangladesh part, and the casualties was 10,000. 1 lakh. And casualties of Odisha cyclone is 10,000. But now in cyclone Amphan, the casualties is below 100. So how it is possible? Because nowadays the population is much more higher than previous decade. So it's happened because only the actual predictions, actual tracking systems of cyclone Amphan. Again, if you see the casualties of cyclone Fani, again, so huge success of disaster mitigations policies and early warning systems, and cyclone landslide, also in flood. So this is a success, you can say. This is a success of the GIS and remote sensing people. Our scientists, our IMD scientists, they track by using radar mapping, by using radar GIS, the microwave GIS, and track the actual path of the cyclone and actual timing for the landfall. That's why we can save many lives. So these are the applications. So to grow up this level of application, you have to read deeply the applications trends of GIS and remote sensing. Okay, now I'm skipping few slides because I'm running late. I think already I have passed 30 minutes. So these are GIS provisions. So again, and speak about military and defense. So at the very beginning, GIS and remote sensing was used by the military science and defense science. They have the pioneer of developing this science and developing the techniques of various modeling. But nowadays, they are backdated technique we are using now. So they have now the resolutions, the higher resolution image which they have applied. I have just one day back. I'm searching one things in Google that what kind of map has been used by India in Ladakh to monitor the India-China debate in Ladakh. So and I see that okay, they are using now they are Indian military defense minister, and they are using 0.01 centimeter image to track the military activities in our Ladakh area. So, but till the academicians, we are using 30 meter, 5 meter resolutions. They are using 0.01 centimeter resolutions. So they are very advanced. So the advanced GIS, advanced remote sensing, still in the hand of military and defense people. And forestry, yeah, again a huge area of applications of remote sensing. We know everything. The process of climate change is totally depend. The forests are the lungs of our earth, so we have to conserve this forest. So that's why in this way, forestry or forest science, remote sensing is a very important tool. GIS is a very important tool, and remote sensing data is a very important things for the forestry science or forestry application. Forest management information system, forest resource mapping monitoring, forest fragmentation, forest encroachment, deforestation, forest fire assessment. Our NIDM have a very good application software for forest fire monitoring. Anybody, you can use this apps. You can download this app in your mobile. I will send this systems sometime to Rajiv. They can also use their student. And you can put the information about forest fire and this is an automatic machine learning systems, and then suddenly these informations go to the satellite, and then satellite come to this particular area to search about the forest fire. They monitor and they calculate how much forest fire is happening, what are the conditions of forest fire, and on the basis of this they provide the people forest fire management team. So this kind of management strategy already developed by Indian government for monitoring the forest fire and forest deforestation and in Indian Himalaya and also in the Central Asia, Central Indian forest region. This is Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, Maharashtra. Okay, cropping. We can prepare a suitability model. We can prepare crop yield estimations, soil moisture, crop conditions. Again. Few days back, before lockdown, I have visited to the peri-urban area of Manchester, and I just shocked about their forest, their agriculture systems. They use drone. To calculate the hand-to-hand calculations of NIR drone, NDVI, how the healthy of this forest. If you see, they have analyzed by using hand-to-hand tool, drone and GPS to prepare the map of agricultural field and which area is highly productive or which area is lacking behind from the productivity or they need pesticide. This kind of their agriculture is highly highly developed GIS techniques. So you cannot imagine the agriculture, the farmer using NIR drone, to investigate their agriculture field. But till I think in our country we are rarely use the drone facilities. So I hope in future we also use a drone to monitor our agriculture field, monitor our forestry field and other things. Okay, now I have completed the applications part, and now I'm coming to the case studies. So I have 5 case studies. All these 5 are from my research paper. So the first case study is Geoinformatics for mangrove habitat site suitability. Sorry, am I audible to everyone? I think now. Any interruptions? Hello.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So the first case study, Geoinformatics for mangrove habitat site suitability assessment. So we know I choose this case study because few days back our West Bengal faced a huge Amphan cyclone, super cyclone. So that's why our student or our next generation should learn about what is happening in our Sundarban. So I did my PhD in Sundarban area. So that's why I choose this mangrove habitat site suitability. So for mangrove habitat site suitability, I have prepared the change analysis of of mangrove in our Sundarban Biosphere Reserve. So I use 40 years change analysis of mangrove degradation. Sorry. 1975 and 2015. I revealed that the result reveals that 341 square kilometer land, mangrove land, has been degraded for last 40 years. So this is a huge land. And again, now I try to understand what is the nature of degradations. You can see in the left-hand image, mangrove degradations. The most of degradations happen in the right in the lower part and right part of our mangrove reserve forest. And in the right hand image is showed what are the contributions of these degradations. That means how much percentage from mangrove to beach and sandbars, how much from mangrove to wetland, mangrove to settlement, mangrove to swamp, mangrove to water body, mangrove to cropland. Okay. Now I'm coming in my next slide. It is a zoom view, just a zoom view. If you see the graph that mangrove to swamp, the maximum share of mangrove degradations is mangrove to swamp. That means again the mangrove is degraded and is converted to swamp area. That means what is happening? That the maximum mangrove is destroying or due to the salt, due to the interaction of salt or sea level rise. That's why maximum mangrove is converted from mangrove to swamp area. And next is mangrove to water body. So mangrove to water body is obviously for sea level rise or maybe due to the land degradations or subsidence of land or the erosions because it's a distribution of water or the speed of water or sedimentations. So all these things are cause of mangrove degradations. So there's a 4 images, zoom view images. One is lot 21 in the right hand left event. That is mostly known as Geographical. That is one of the important tourist spot. This is the most affected or mostly degraded area in Sundarban area. You can see the yellow color. This is the degraded area from mangrove to agricultural land. Geographical and Goyapur Anpur, that is situated in the Gosaba Island. So these are areas mostly affected for mangrove degradations. So already I told you that what is this change in mangrove in Geographical area. You can see the satellite images 1975 and 2019. Just one. Sorry. So 1975 and 2019. So what is the scenario of this degradation, of this change? You can easily seen from the satellite image, and mostly converted to agricultural land. That is a huge cause or a huge matter of concerns. Now what I did, I have divided this mangrove, this Sundarban Biosphere Reserve into 2060 grid. Now this is 2 into 2 kilometer grid, and by using this grid, I am trying to assess the suitable grid or suitable area for regeneration of mangrove. So this is the grid, number of grids, and I use the machine learning model again, machine learning programming model by Python. So these are my parameters. So what I did now, I used 56 parameters, 10 from physical parameters, elevation, slope, curvature, geomorphology, and 7 from environmental parameter, 7 from soils, and 7 from water parameter, and disturbance parameter for 6. Disturbance parameter, that means distance from the road railway network, road density, distance from settlement, population density, distance from waterway, embankment density. These are my parameters. So this, I think, to elaborate all these parameters. So I just keep these parameters. These all are these parameters, bioclimatic parameter. And after 56 parameter, I have used machine learning model to integrate and to understand. This is called machine learning model. This is the high-profile model to assess the habitat suitability is called a species distribution model. Species distribution model, and I have assessed this. I have divided this 2060 grid into highly suitable, not suitable, slightly suitable, and moderately suitable. And I find out that 936 grid within the Sundarban are highly suitable for mangrove, for several kinds of mangrove species, and 503 are not suitable. And again, what I did, we know in Sundarban we have already a huge mangrove, the world's largest mangrove forest. What I did, I have removed the highly the mangrove grid which have already 75% mangrove area or presence, because those grid which have already 75% mangrove, so how it's not necessary or it's not important to regenerate this mangrove area. And what I did again, I removed the private property land, more than 50% private property land. That means which area is most disturbed area. That if a grid already have 50% private property, so like road, like settlement, like jetty or anything, then I have removed this area, because if we use regeneration program in that area, people will disturb and people will anthropogenic pressure will be huge in this grid, so it's not possible to regenerate or restore the mangrove. So now I have only 156 grid remain for restorations. That means these red pockets are very, very essential for us to regenerate the mangrove. And again, I have calculated what are the conditions, blockwise conditions. In Hingolganj, one grid is possible grid for mangrove regenerations, and the maximum possibility is in Pasarpotima block. So I'm talking to a few organizations and also WWF to choose 5 or 6 pocket or 5 or 6 grid and to apply the regeneration program. Hopefully within few days, because of this pandemic, our plan has been delayed. Within few days, we have chosen one grid from Sagar, one grid from Pathapatima, one grid from Kultali block, one grid from Basanti block for regeneration program. We have collected already. We have proposed 10 lakhs mangrove species from one organization. It's called Socio. This is a Germany-based organizations. They are working in the coastal management. So they will give us. This is an integrated programming. So we have 10 people. One of professors from Calcutta University. He is also with us. Professor Priyank Patel is also at. So we are planning to do such kind of regeneration program in Sundarban. Hopefully, what is happening we see in coming 3 years. And I have proposed again 2 processes. What is parallel channel methods and fishbone method. In right hand image, you can see the fishbone techniques. Fishbone means the shape of regeneration program is like a fishbone, fish, and right hand is a parallel method. Parallel method has been practiced in Sundarban by the head of Professor Atanu Raha. He was a forest officer of Sundarban. So these 2 programs can be used to regenerate the mangrove in Sundarban area. And there's the details of fishbone techniques. The fishbone techniques has been used by Japanese in 2010, and they got huge success by using these fishbone techniques. So we can use these techniques also. Now I come into my next case study, that is storm surge flood susceptibility. Again, it's in Sundarban. Already we faced a storm surge flood in Sundarban for last I think 50 days ago, 50-60 days ago, and a huge area was inundated due to the Amphan storm surge flood. So, but my case study was before to this storm surge. My case study, I think this paper is published in Catena. So you can see I have published this paper in 2017, and that time I had prepared the storm surge flood susceptibility modeling for Sundarban. And these are the of this modeling. So I have query by using the DEM. Obviously, the dam accuracy is very low because I have used 30-meter dam, SRTM dam, but it's a questions because data is always data is a questions for the GIS and remote sensing persons. So by using the 30-meter dam, I have prepared a model, storm surge searchability model. So this you can see in the right hand image: 1 meter, 2 meter, 3 meter, 4 meter, to up to 7 meter. What are the conditions of inundations level of storm surge in the Sundarban area? And in the graph, you can show that what is the percentage share of different land cover by for the storm surge inundations. Now this is the storm surge modeling map. The green area is highly susceptible for storm surge. If anyone from this webinar connected with the flood conditions of Sundarban, just before 3-4 days, I talked to one person from Najat area. I know many people know that Najat is situated in Sandeshkhali block. Sandeshkhali block is much more upper area. This is just few that means 50 kilometers from the Canning. Sandeshkhali area, Najat, Dhamakhali, this area till after 50 days of Amphan, till this area is inundated because there is a 2-3 reasons. So in my map already I have shown that this area is highly prone to storm surge flood. If the flood is come, then this area will be inundated very soon, and that is happened already. That is happened in last Amphan cyclone. So, and this is a composite vulnerability index. That means which village, this is a village level composite vulnerability index. Which village is highly susceptible or highly vulnerable for cyclone and storm surge flood and other multi-hazard events. So again, this is I have composed a track of storm surge cyclone Amphan in 5-meter flood modeling conditions, and what is the scenario. So this is an ongoing paper, and this is a NOES flood modeling. That means this is not my model. This is a ICONOS, National Institute of Oceanography. They have prepared this model. This is the storm surge height model. It is their model, National Institute of Oceanography, Goa. And from this model, from their data, I have calculated what are the inundation conditions. And this model is in the left hand image. So this is the conditions. So our student or our next generations can do better model, better modeling, better approach, or better methodology for assessing future flood, future conditions, future hazards. So that's why I'm sharing all these things with you. And the next, the case study third, the next case study is now I was in Sundarban. I'm coming to the Kolkata city, the urban spatial patterns and trends of urban growth of Kolkata city. So in urbanizations, urban sprawl analysis, cadastral mapping, land management, land use, land cover mapping analysis, site selection or site suitability for different kind of things. You can site suitable. You can choose the what is the housing price or the rent, low cost rent, or highly green area, or urban green common, urban green area. So this kind of modeling you can you can do. So this is one the land cover map of Kolkata, Kolkata urban agglomerations, and this is the change of Kolkata urban agglomerations. There are 43 municipalities and 3 municipal corporations, and this is the trend of urban growth. And again, in this model, I have divided this urban pixel or urban zone into 5 categories: urban primary core, urban secondary core, urban suburban fringe, scatter settlement, urban open space, non-urban area, and water bodies. So you can see Salt Lake area and what is the scenario of urban green, open space, and urban core. So this kind of model, this kind of applications in urban development or urban green space or urban green commune, urban environmental monitoring, urban environmental change, urban heat island, this kind of applications or this kind of remote sensing based applications or studies can be happen in further with more advanced model. So the researchers or the master student who are thinking about to start their research careers in remote sensing GIS, they can come in urban planners as already the HOD Kasrim Mukherjee said that they have very good facilities for urban planning. So they can use the thermal radiations image or urban commune is a very good term in developed countries, in USA, in European countries. Now they try to develop the urban green space within the city to lace down the urban heat island. So this is very good things, very good concept. We can apply this urban green common concept in our developing countries, in our Kolkata, Mumbai, because these cities are day by day. This city is being forced to live in the city. We can our researchers, our students can apply this model in our cities to study what is the future of the city. Also peri-urbanizations. Now, if you see the trend of urbanizations, all the urbanizations is happening in the peri-urban area of our cities. So, my next case study is I have already told about the land surface temperature, that is the urban surface temperature or impervious surface. So, this is again this is called the thermal band in remote sensing. So we can use the thermal band of Landsat image or thermal band of MODIS image, or there are several microwave image or microwave radiometer meter image or microwave instrument we can use to assess the urban heat island or land surface temperature of our urban area, or we can assess what is happening within the local climate, microclimate in our study. So I have used Mumbai for this case study. So this is the 3 time period land use land cover map of Mumbai city, and this is the land surface temperature map of Mumbai city for 3 time period 1990, 2000, 2015, and 3 different seasons, January, June, and October. What are the conditions of land surface temperature in different seasons in our city? So you can see, obviously, in June, this is the summertime in India. So in June, the land surface temperature is very high than other seasons. So we can also use this kind of assessment in our small cities, and we can integrate to the change direction, the land use change, for further urban modeling or urban management, city management policies. And this is the relation between urban land use change and land surface temperatures. Okay, in Mumbai city, as we know, the northern part of the Mumbai city is a developing, is in under developing phase. The new Mumbai, Navi Mumbai, and this area, the huge destructions of greenery, huge destructions of agriculture field converted to high profile building. That's why the northern part of this city is very high, very high trend in land surface temperature. So this kind of analysis can help us to understand our city level planning. Now next, my case, this is the last case study. This is forest fire mapping. So forest fire within this pandemic, I don't know it is right or wrong. I don't know, but till from Manchester, I'm taking update about the pandemic conditions in India and the locust attack and the forest fire in Uttarakhand and the Amphan in Bay of Bengal. So in a single time period, lots of disasters. So you know, some people from IIT Delhi, they are already started working on to track the locust the last seasons, and they have huge small GPS, micro GPS, and they take one of my friend. He is working in IIT Delhi, and they use micros, 1 millimeter GPS to track and they put in the with the locust, and they just give away this locust to fly, and they track this their motivation, how they are going, and what the relations between their movement to wind flow, what is the relation between their movement to temperature, etc. They are assessing the movement of the locust attack in India, and I hope they will publish a good article, and this article or this analysis or this study will help us in future to monitor. Okay, previously we had experience about our locust attack and they move in this direction because of the wind, because maybe because of the temperature, or maybe because of the agricultural field or cropping pattern, like that. So this is a under developing studies by IIT Delhi. So now I'm continuing my fifth case study, that is forest fire mapping. For this study, I have used Rudraprayag districts. This is a very huge forest cover area. So in 2016, the Rudraprayag district is 40% greenery, 40% forest cover area, and 60% is mixed forest area. And the forest fire durations in 2016 forest fire was 89 days. More than 300 incidents and 7 died. Okay, this is the statistics of forest fire. So and what are the actual causes of this forest fire? A hot summer. For every forest fire is happening in India because of a hot summer and in summer conditions. And most of the pine forest is much more vulnerable, much more susceptible to forest fire. And no monitoring and maintenance, fire control lines. So this is a cadastral map. This is a cadastral map. It's a village level map of Rudraprayag district, and we have identified the forest fire locations by using satellite image. I think we have used the MODIS Sentinel-2 and MODIS Sentinel-2 and Landsat image to identify the mostly affected forest fire region by using few equations, normalized different burning ratio, normalized difference, moisture index, like that. We have used few model and prepare the most affected forest fire areas. This is a field visit area in 2016. I was with WWF that time. This is our case study. So this is a field visit locations and field visit sites by WWF. Here by GPS field survey. So this is the most important forest fire sites in Uttarakhand forest fire 2016. And again, we put all these forest fire locations in a DEM image, and we have divided this forest fire location into tending pixel and the validation pixel to assess the forest fire modeling, sustainability modeling. And this is Kedarnath National Park. This is dense forest range. Now this is the forest fire sustainability model of Rudraprayag districts. The highly forest sustainable area is red, and very high is red, and high is yellow. So these are the forest fire sustainability mapping. We have provided this report to the Uttarakhand Forest Fire Department, and I think maybe they can use they are using this map for their land level planning and management. Now I have completed my 5 case studies. I have few more miscellaneous case studies. So we can also use river-based management or river-based studies. We can use GIS. This is the flood basing modeling, river-based flood basing modeling. So we can use this kind of model or this kind of assessment for flood hazard assessment by using GIS. So this is a trend analysis of Ganga River in Murshidabad. This is sedimentation status of Hirakud Reservoir. You can see the change of sedimentations. We can also use microwave remote sensing for use to assess the aquifer contamination zones. Walls stress map. this is also prepared by using GIS. Some hazards, seismic distributions, tsunami. These are the again. This is high profile GIS modeling. This is the impact of tsunami 2014. Effect of cyclone. See the effect of cyclone in map, in satellite map. This is landslide susceptibility zonations. So we can also prepare the landslide mapping, landslide hazard zonations mapping by using remote sensing GIS. Okay, this is one very good study. Those who are interested in glacier studies, they can use the glacial retreat. This is the conditions of Gangotri Glacier, one of the most famous and important glacier for India. This is the water supply mapping, water supply modeling for home to door is a high scale utility mapping. Again, this is a utility mapping, gas and water supply lines. I think this is for one of studies in UK. Now, this is a study by Chinese geographer, the disease and health geography. So they tracked, I think this image, very popular image in the COVID GIS or COVID.org, few people from few programmer, they prepare these types of analysis, and this is a very famous nowadays. And I think everyone have used to track the COVID cases every day in India. So they are, this is interesting. I should say something about this. So when the first day, one of my friend sent me the link of when I think it's the beginning of March. They sent me the link about the COVID cases of a website which is now popular for over in India. And at that time, only 150 cases was in India. So I am trying to search out the people whose they are. Who are preparing this? Who had prepared the software, and who are they? Are they the GIS people or what? Who they are? And it's very interesting that no one from GIS. All are from programmer, and few programmer are based from USA, and basically all are from IITian. They are. I think I'm talking about covidindia.org. Yeah. So. This is interesting that all the people, those who work on this website, all are not belong from GIS. They are all from engineer. So it's very good thing that it's our space here. It's our area. We have to work in programming. We have to update our skill in GIS programming or machine learning. This is some Tamil Nadu coastlines area. NASA. World temperature is a world level small scale map of obviously it's a satellite image, and world cloud cover also again it's a satellite image of I think it's a MODIS image. Natural disaster throughout the world. This is by NASA. Now I'm coming. I have finished all these case studies and example. Now I'm coming to the challenges in GIS. Obviously, in our country or in the geographer like us, I think in this webinar we have more than 100 participants. So all 100 participants, very few have licensed GIS software. Till me, I'm in England. But till I'm using a cracked versions of GIS software. So always we are unprivileged researchers. So this is our drawback. So here now I'm in my department I'm using Arc Pro, but Arc Pro is a licensed software. So how many people can have, or how many department can afford this Arc Pro, which have more than 10 lakhs rupees. So always better data, better facilities, better decisions. These are the requirements. These are the challenges in our GIS field. So because to assess high profile GIS or high profile model, always you have to high profile data. But this is possible. This is not open access. So also we have to update our skill in our open access domain to modeling for high profile modeling or high profile analysis, high profile work. These are few limitations. It is very expensive. Yeah, it is very expensive. Those who are working, if you try to access a flight modeling, suppose in Sundarban area, then you have to go through your high resolutions radar data. Then it is costable more than 5 lakhs. So it's very expensive for researchers like us or researchers like developing country. Integrated with traditional maps is difficult. Yeah, excessive damage in case of internal fault. Yeah, exactly. Complex data structures, simulations is difficult. Some data analysis is impossible to perform. These are the time consuming. Yeah, sometimes it's very time consuming to modeling, and if we fail to the result, then all this work is just lost. So these are the limitations in GIS field. Now I have point out few free GIS classes throughout the world. US Geological Survey, they are provided. You can log in to their website. They have provide you free GIS classes. Introduction ArcGIS, University of South California, Pennsylvania Spatial Data Assays, DIMLAM, National Center for Geographical Systems, Canada Center for Remote Sensing. These are all online classes. You can freely access these classes. You can freely learn from their website to update your knowledge, to update your skill. GIS courses institution in India. So there are very good institutions now. There are very good institutions in India. Indian Institute of Remote Sensing, IRNS Dehradun. I did my internships and my project in IRS Dehradun. IIT Bombay. These are the prominent. Or also Adamas University. They had their PG diploma and integrated MSc in Geoinformatics. These are the prominent universities in UK. Best Geoinformatics in UK. So in UK, Leeds, University of Leeds, University of Manchester, Edinburgh, Potsdam University, Southampton. These are the Sheffield University, Kingston University, Manchester. These are the prominent universities, those providing masters in geoinformatics and higher studies in geoinformatics and university. And a career, yeah, obviously, it's a basic question for us. What is the future in GIS? So you can be a GIS developer, you can be a GIS engineer, GIS analysis, geospatial analysis, GIS project manager, GIS junior assistant, junior scientist, ArcGIS developer. You can be academicians. You can be GIS database analyst, mapping technician, mapping assistant, business analyst, programmer, geographer, cartographer, database administrator, GIS manager, project fellow. So both, there is a lot of scope in GIS. Honestly, there is a lot of scope in GIS, but you have to improve your skill, because I honestly said that in our developing country, our skill is very backdated. Still, we are following ArcGIS, ADAS imaging, but we have to come in R programming. We have to come in Python. We have to come in machine learning. Otherwise, we lost in these competitions. It's my own experience. When I came here in Manchester, 1 month, I just feel think that okay, I will come back to India, because it's not possible for me to learn this high profile language. And my family and my wife support me very much. Okay, you have to learn. You have to give time every day, especially to learn the programming, to learn the machine learning, to learn big data. So everyone have to learn the high profile skill in GIS field. Otherwise, we'll backdated in this field. Some prominent institutions, okay, and this is the companies. Okay, suppose we are not able to come in the academics field or in the government job. We are not able to get a government job. Then we can also work for the professional institution. In 2013, in 2012, I worked for EC for 6 months. I worked for Rolta India. I worked for Election Commission of India for 2 months. I think I have worked in Delhi almost 5 or 6 companies, different companies, and sometimes in 2000, before my PhD, I had opened my own GIS companies. It's called IGIS Solutions, and few people, those who are just started their skill. As I know, in Kolkata, very lack of GIS companies still to provide to support. Most of the work, most of the project is developed or worked by the companies belong to Delhi or companies belong to Hyderabad or Bangalore. So our student, our master student, they can collaborate and they can take project freelancing project. They can work from basic project. They can start. So if they think they will work. They can. This is a possibility. There is huge possibility. There is a startup India. By the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, they have a Startup India group. You can prepare your own website. You can prepare your own domain, and you can take projects from government. You can do work from home, no problem. Nowadays, everyone is working from home in the era of pandemic. So there everywhere is possibilities. If we think we will work, you can work. So I think I have one more slide, one or two more slides. Sorry. Thank you. I have finished.
Okay. So it's
I
nice.
10 more.
Yeah, it's nice. All through the presentation, the audience levels remain the same, indicating that their preference about your presentation. Now I'd like to call upon Kasturi Mukherjee to start the questioning session. Prior to that, I'd like to ask Mehboob, what is the difference you are seeing in between? You have both experience of India and UK. So what are the basic difference in terms of studying geography as a whole, from the part of technological on the side of theoretical perspective as well?
I joined here in October 2019, and from first 2 months I just work because I joined here as a researcher, as a research associate, which is a 2 years program, and they will give me a postdoctoral degree, a certificate, experience. So. After 2 months, and they believe me that I can teach here also, and they give me 2 classes in undergraduate for GIS practical classes. So I'm taking classes on ArcGIS and Index imaging. Here, obviously, in UK, all these courses, every courses are self-financed courses, but the government provided loan, government provided scholarship. Everyone have, if we have 40 students here for undergraduate courses in GIS motion thing, and mostly 30-35 have sponsored by different scholarships. So and it's a huge courses area, and people are very pressure. All time they have they are in pressure, and they have power to questions to everyone. That's why we are every time my supervisor is Professor Geographical. Every time he said that, okay, I have classes. Okay, I am very busy with my classes because students are very aware. They will ask you questions every time. They have this, and if you are not able to satisfy them, they will again and again they will. I mean, this is a homely, and no one is called us sir. They ask by name to every professor. Okay, Professor Joe, Professor Mithu, Dr. Mithu. So like that. So one more things. One difference is that friendly environment. Student and teachers, they are very friendly, and teachers are always try to learn something from the student, because student is also the student of this in this they are also very advanced. So we are learning from student and student are learning from us. If I say that the syllabus, yes, the syllabus is something different than Indian syllabus because they are always they try to hand to. That means a few days back our field trip has been cancelled due to this COVID. So what we did, we did a virtual field trip. I will send you field few virtual field trip software website. They provide you the virtual field trip. So this kind of advanced techniques we have to apply all times. One more good thing that we have to focus that okay, after this course you have to this facilities this kind of opportunity. So and we have to connect the student with the present world. What is happening in present in GIS field? Present example, present scenario. So this is much more important for us, I think.
Another point is that how far the basic background of science and arts matter in terms of having the aptitude in the future of geography, because you know that the machine learning are creeping up and there you need a lot of programming, but at the same point of time you will see many of the arts background students are also performing well. So how do you see it?
Yeah, this is one good thing. So this is a very one of my colleague from Russia. He is very good in programming, in machine learning, in Python, and much more advanced machine learning. He have developed so many programming for hazards, for hazard mapping, for urban planning. But I'm talking with him because I'm a geographer. My basic is geography, and I said that do you know the basic about the project sense? So, but in theory, those the programmer, they maybe they are a big programmer, they are big machine learning, but theoretically they are very weak. Yeah, in our present generations, if you said about what are the polygonic project sense, what are the basic of polygonic project sense, so then they will, oh, okay, I don't know about polygonic project sense, I don't know about the theory about, but they know the practical things about polygonic or practical things about Bones project sense. They know how to use this by in computer or in programming, but they don't know the basic or the theory about these things. So this is the drawback of programming student nowadays. So, but in these competitions, we have to learn also side by side. We have to develop our student in programming field or in machine learning. I think because ultimate option is job. Yeah. Because without job, we cannot sustain in this competitive world. If we develop our students in programming field, I think because most of the programming work which is going on in India. Also, this programming work is done by the Britishers or maybe by the US people. Yeah, so that's why we have to prepare our own student, own researchers in that field, I think.
Yeah, the domain is open. The domain is open for everyone.
I would like to say one thing that sorry for interruption, but I am very happy to know that you are also experiencing the same thing. Residing in UK, and we in the department, when we discuss about our syllabus, we kind of feel the same thing. Like we cannot really compromise the basic knowledge, the domain knowledge of geography, like geomorphology, climatology. We cannot really ignore the basic concepts of these things. So it is like I really cannot say that we are like achieving something, but I can say we are on the right path by where we are integrating these two things. Like we are not compromising the domain knowledge of geographers, as well as maybe we are, I do not know, we are the pioneer who have introduced the Python R into the courses of master degree. We have computer science, we have marched in the UG syllabus that as an elective they need to go for computer science. So I now can feel very proud, like on the behalf of department, I would like to thank you for ensuring us that we are on the right track.
Right. Exactly, sure. So because I face all these things in my life, in my working life, I can say also in the paper publications. My first paper has been published in Spinger in 2013, and when and similar type of I have worked for 2, 3, 5 years. And in 2018, suddenly I feel that okay, my paper is rejecting by several journal which have already published same kind of work in 2 years back, because I am backdated, because I don't know machine learning. My model is backdated. So in 2018, one of my good paper with Professor Dr. Priyank Patel and Professor Ashish Kumar Saha from Vidyasagar University, we did a good study in Medinipur district's soil erosions. And I have used one machine learning, but till they have rejected this paper by good journals. Then I think, okay, then now I am backdated. I have to upgrade my knowledge. I have to upgrade my skill. So honestly said, in research also, if you are not updating for every 2, 3, or 4 years, you have to update the advanced skill to publishing good article, to publishing or modeling in model field. So model is a one kind of addictions, you can say, for the world.
So, Kosturi madam, will you put up some questions?
There are many, like YouTube is flooded with questions, and I have posted a few questions to personal chat of Professor Dr. Shahana. So you can see the questions in your chat box. And
Yes.
before that, there are few questions which I can take. Like questions are related to admissions and courses that of Adamas University is offering, or maybe in India various universities are offering. So I would like to inform you that if you want to know about the courses we are offering from our department, of our school, of our university, you please go to Adamas University's website. The link I am posting in the chat box. If you please visit Adamas University, and there you will be finding the eligibility criteria for all of the courses that is clearly mentioned. Along with that, if you want to contact, if you have more queries regarding geography, I can share my email ID. I have shared my email ID in YouTube, in chat box of Zoom. I have given my email ID. If you have any query, you can also contact me through university's email as well. So there are lots of options available in our university and in other universities as well. So you are always welcome to discuss, and we will be happy to answer your queries. GIS it's a very it's growing fast. It's like it's merging with the computer science. Computer science. So we have to constantly upgrade our knowledge. We need to learn new things, and we can apply our knowledge of GIS in various aspects. Like there are questions to Dr. Shahana that how.
Sorry, I just want to interrupt one thing.
Yes,
Regarding
sir.
the
Yes,
admission.
sir.
Yes, you must say that you must talk to the those who want to apply here. That here again, lots of scholarships are given, and lots
Yeah.
of low banks
Yes, sir.
are given the loans. So don't worry about the fees and all these things. If you are perform better in a admission test, you can get scholarship, some scholarship as well as some loans and all this. So not that it is too expensive or things like that. So they
Yes.
should inform that also.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There are COVID and AMFAN scholarships schemes are going on in our university. You please visit our website, and you will be getting all the information there. It's a very good website. You will enjoy this, the browsing in our website. And now I'm coming to the questions that came for Dr. Shahana. I'm clubbing a few questions. Like there are lots people are asking about the demographic of population studies, how they can use GIS remote sensing in that field, and on agriculture. So lots of questions are from demographers and for agricultural geographers.
Yeah, for demographers, and I'm first covering the agriculture science. So in agriculture, already I had a slide in my presentations. In agriculture field, we can assess the
I think it's some network problem.
Yes, I think I
Okay.
don't know in which side. Here it is okay, I think.
Yeah, it's okay. I think from speaker side. Anyways, in between, I would like to just say that I have just saw one question. It's like MSc Geography would be better or MSc in Geoinformatics. Both are good options for BSc geographers. Only one thing that I can say in respect to India, that if you can do MSc Geography, lots of other scopes will be open for you, like for teaching and other, where MSc in Geoinformatics will only lead to you jobs. So jobs and research. So for teaching and all, if you want to keep your avenue open for teaching, then it's better that you go for MSc Geography, and you can take specialization. Geoinformatics you can take as your specialization, and you can pursue, you can learn lots of geoinformatics within the syllabus of MSc. But for that, you please be careful to see the syllabus of MSc. In which universities you will go, please the syllabus of MSc, and you see the syllabus of geoinformatics, and then you decide.
Yeah. For agriculture science or agriculture, we can use agriculture geography. We can use this kind of model, crop suitability analysis of regional districts in UP. So we have used GIS. So we have used these techniques. This is voltage overlay analysis and AHP model, analytical hierarchical process. So we have used few parameters to assess the crop suitability. So I'm coming just result and discussions. This is super current suitable area. So if you provide this suitable landscape for every crops, then it will be beneficial for the agriculture farmer. Then they can choose the cropping seasons and suitable crops for their field, agriculture field. Again, you can assess. You can use remote sensing and GIS to assess cropping pattern, agricultural productivity, crop yield assessment. Several applications is there. So now I'm sharing one of our study. Recently we have finished our study, and it's just published a few days back. Yeah. We did one study on COVID. So in India, again, so district level assessment of vulnerability. This is we use socio-economic database, socio-economic parameters, socio-economic vulnerability assessment. So this is our study for COVID vulnerability assessment. So in this work, what we did, so this is the spread, the coronavirus spread of coronavirus in different lockdown phase. 23rd March, this is the situation. 29 March, 10 April, and 18 April. So we had in India.
Sorry, maybe it is not showing on the.
Okay, it's not showing. So now it's So this is COVID-19 cases, and what we did. This is now we assess what are the relations with the COVID cases and distance from the airport. So are you able to show? Are you able to see the graph?
Graph is shown, but the legend is blurred.
Oh.
Anyway, carry on.
So this is again the relations between the COVID cases and airport, Indian airport. How distance from airport is affecting the spread of COVID cases or outbreak of COVID-19. So in this in this socio-economic sustainability and socio-economic vulnerability. Are you able to see my screen here?
Yeah, it is okay.
So the main purpose to show these figures, you can use, it's possible for the demographer, for the population people to assess this kind of studies, vulnerability assessment, or also several people use GIS for hotspots mapping, for spread analysis, for geographical weightage regressions. These types of modeling you can use by using by GIS for socio-economic database. So already in 2013, I had worked for Jawaharlal Nehru University to prepare a gender atlas. So we have mapped over than 300 map. We have prepared different socio-economic domains. So there are several possibilities use of GIS in socio-economic field. So in demographic by using demographic data.
Yeah. Okay. Is Dr. Shana here? Yeah. Sir, could you please elaborate our students more about the military applications or defense applications, if it's possible for you? Can you please elaborate a little bit? There are queries on this.
Queries about actually, if we say that different applications, so defense is always a secret thing. So most of applications is still we don't know what they are applying and how they apply in the advanced stage. But obviously, we can say that during the Second World War time, they have used the aircraft for mapping the aerial photographs of London or Paris, this kind of cities during 1943. So from the beginning time, from late Second World War to Cold War time, all these times GIS or remote sensing has been used by the military people or in the defense field. Also, if you say the tracking of our the military process in Kargil, where they have. I just read this study how they track their enemy, how they track the area which they have to which they have to attack or these things. So huge applications or huge advanced applications used by military field, but still it is very confidential and very secret thing. Also, during the surgical strike, they use huge remote sensing and GIS-based things. I think otherwise they cannot do these things. They have read the landscape of the enemy, where they have basement, where they have military camp, where they have military bases, and where the civilians is staying. So these things are regularly watching by the military and defense field, because in military that they cannot attack to the civilian. They cannot. Okay, we have the country will maybe fight, but they cannot attack the civilian. Mistakenly they did it, but they cannot attack. So they have to read, they have to map, or they have to study the landscape of their enemy.
There are, I think, lots of scopes for machine learning and deep learning in military fields applications, like for pattern analysis, for pattern recognition. And okay, so can you see, Dr. Shana, questions that I have posted in your personal chat?
That box.
A question how we can analyze the water quality. Like there are various indices available, and I'm sure Dr. Shahana can explain more that water quality analysis through remote sensing. How is this possible?
Yeah, honestly says for water quality analysis, you have to use basically you have to use field-based data. Otherwise, you can use few satellite-based data to for basic water quality, water temperatures, water surface temperature, and water salinity, salinity index. That there is a good index. Is that I can show you these things. Salinity index. Just I can show you. Yeah. So, for this or for advanced water quality assessment, you have to go to the field and you have to collect the water sample. Then only you can assess. You put this numerical data or attribute data in GIS field. Then you can assess or prepare.
Yes, we can do the validity check through this remote sensing. Yes.
Yeah, I'm sharing one
Okay.
of.
Sure, sir.
Sorry. Able to see my screen?
Not
Is it
yet.
visible?
No, not
Okay,
yet.
okay. Sorry. Yeah. It's visible.
Yes.
So this is a special distributions of surface water quality. So that is again it's for Sundarban. First image is for salinity in pH, salinity, pH, and surface temperature. Again,
Is there any network issue? Oh.
visible or not?
No, it's visible. It's visible.
Okay, so yeah, I just prepare one salinity map of Sundarban in my PhD. So this I have collected the field EC electronic conductivity data from the field and predict this EC, and by using satellite image NDSI, I have prepared the salinity of Sundarban Biosphere Reserve, salinity contaminations. So there is a lot of probability in soil science or soil salinity assessment or water quality assessment, but you have to some field-based database.
Okay.
Oh,
How traffic congestions can be addressed through GIS, like traffic, road safety, accidents, things can be addressed through GIS.
Yeah, if we have the attributable data or attribute data, then we can assess the traffic congestions. And I think also the every traffic they have, that means traffic signals to traffic timing to in our Google Map already we have used this the traffic, how they have used this live traffic conditions.
Yeah. And USGS website is another one source for. Sorry, if you are not completed, yeah, you can complete.
Sorry. So in Google Map or Google traffic, they have also used live data. That means they have tracked every vehicle in that particular area, and they have calculated the average speed and to the live speed, and on the basis of this speed or calculations, obviously it's a machine learning, and they said that okay, this is a 20-minute traffic, or this is a no traffic, this is green. Already I think those who are in Calcutta or those who are in Delhi or in megacity, they have used everyday traffic traffic conditions. This traffic conditions is online. This is a machine learning calculations. They have used the average traffic conditions and calculate every day or every time traffic conditions by using machine learning and emotion GIS data.
Okay. And like apart from USGS, is there any website for free satellite image download? And if can students get the Landsat or disasters data from a website, national website or any website?
Yeah, sure. So I'm sharing you the database. Few link of database now.
Yeah.
this is global land analysis and discover database. They have free database. They have free database for different remote sensing and GIS background. And again, those who said that except the USGS, which data we can use. So I'm sharing one link here. Free database categories, yeah. Yeah, there are a list of free database. I'm sharing this link to everybody. So there are huge database area. We can use. We can use from this website. Also, this is global land and GSHS. This is also a very good data portal. This is European Global Human Layer Database by European Commissions. Again, I have shared few links. I have shared few links of database.
Yes, sir. If you have the links, you can send us. We can send all the participants to
so
the
I will
links
share.
that will be-
I'll share few database links with the coordinator, and I think they will share you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is one data portal. You can access the hydrological and climatic database, daily based data also, daily based data for whole world, for few part, and also for forest cover data, forest firing data, cheats. So there are lots of software, lots of database portal. I will share with the coordinator.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Your presentation is like very passionate and enlightening. That there are many thanks to you that like from us, from all the attendees that are coming, and yeah, that's it. If Rajiv sir can.
Yeah. Now I like to request our colleague, Dr. Onu Rai, to give a vote of thanks for today's webinar.
Thank you, Rajesh sir. First of all, I will congratulate you for organizing such a wonderful webinar, wonderful session. It was really. I would also like to thank Dr. Mehboob Shahana for his wonderful and really engaging presentation. We cannot realize like how the 2 hours has passed. It's just really amazing. I would also like to thank our Professor Sanjeev Ghosh and Professor Bimal Kumar Sharkar for your constant encouragement and all support you have given. Whenever we are in need, we know that 2 of you are always there for us. Thank you very much, sir. I congratulate and really appreciate the effort and support of our HOD, Ms. Kasturi Mukherjee. I also congratulate all and thanks all my participants and also our YouTube viewers for your constant participation in this webinar. Their question is actually help us to understand like how this session is important for us. Really, thank you very much. And on behalf of Department of Geography, I congratulate all our colleagues, all our faculty members, all our staff for this grand success of our webinar. Let's meet again. We hope we will also meet you on all of you on 29th of June in our next series of the webinar, that is on the challenges and of climate change and sustainability development report. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, madam. And we are at the brink of end of this webinar. So hope all of you will be safe and sound in this pandemic era, and hope to get you again in the next webinar that is going to be held on 29th of this month. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.
So shall I stop now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Stop now.
Okay.